When spending a lot of time traveling, whether for business or pleasure, one of the things most often overlooked or maybe just not talked about is the use of a good toiletry kit for guys. Whether or not it's taboo for guys to talk about products or there's just not much of a larger group of guys that care about it, I'm here to change the narrative by talking about it and sharing with you my toiletry kit that I've been using for about the past year. Now, this kit is something that is constantly evolving. I'm always changing different parts of it, but I've been honing this kit for the last year or so, and I think I finally dialed it in. I'm not going to lie to you. When I first started traveling a lot for work, I was probably the worst kind of guy. I would oftentimes not have any sort of product and just rely on either the free hotel products or go to a quick store in whatever city I landed in and get things like body wash, toothpaste, and the essentials. When I started to travel a lot, I realized that I couldn't always count on hotels or different cities to have everything I needed, and especially on the shorter trips, I oftentimes wouldn't have time to go to a store and go shopping. So I began to piece together what I think is a pretty banger kit. So come join me as I unpack what's in my toiletry kit in 2024. Okay, so first up, you're actually going to need something to put all of your toiletries inside of. And so what I have in front of you is a pretty inexpensive toiletry bag or Dop Kit. I got this literally on Amazon for like 20 bucks over a year ago. And I know there's a lot of fancier Dop Kits out there. You could certainly get into the luxury brands that come in like waxed canvas and things like that. But this thing is just super durable. Your Dop Kit is something that is going to get dirty over time. And so this, I can just wash it off. And one of the things I really like about it is that it's pretty unstructured. And so this thing can have the ability to kind of mold into my carry-on luggage, and it doesn't take up a ton of room. So you're absolutely going to need just the right kind of toiletry kit for you guys. And so you don't have to spend a ton of money on something. This thing, again, has worked for me for over a year. I am in the process of looking for something that is a little bit nicer, but this thing more than does the trick. One of the first things that goes into my toiletry kit is my body wash. Body wash is something that I think is often overlooked. If you're not a big cologne guy and you have a good enough body wash, you can probably get away with not needing a cologne to smell good throughout the day. If you're someone who uses cologne, then I would recommend to try and get a body wash that is either lighter in scent or something that is complementary to whatever scent you decide to wear throughout the day. The body washes that I typically gravitate towards are scents that are really fresh smelling, light, and don't compete. This way, regardless of the cologne that I wear, and I usually have a cologne with me, it won't ever compete. And honestly, when I take a shower early in the mornings, having something light and refreshing is a really nice way to start my day. Having a scent that is calming to you can really go a long way at setting your mind in the right place. And whether or not you're a morning shower person, or you use scents to start your day, or even if you're an evening shower person, scents can be used to unwind. Either way, scent has a strong way of guiding our emotions. One of my favorite new body washes that I've been using is the Geranium Leaf Body Cleanser from Aesop. This body wash has a refreshing mixture of geranium leaf, mandarin rind, and bergamot rind. The best way I can describe this scent is floral, light, spa-like, and refreshing. It's quickly turning into one of my favorite scents. Now, this is something that I actually only use when I'm traveling, as it's a little expensive. I guess you could say it's a little treat for me when I'm traveling. I don't use this at home as it would be way too pricey on a daily basis, but I love getting to look forward to having a really nice body wash when I wake up each morning. I'd strongly recommend that you treat yourself to something a little bit nicer than a product you would use every day, especially considering that when you're traveling, whether for business or pleasure, you should be able to splurge a little bit. Okay. Kind of sticking with the theme of scent, one of the things that is in my toiletry case at all times is cologne. Now, cologne can be a little bit tricky because there's not only a wide variety in the quality of colognes that you can use, but there is also going to be a size maximum that you're using while traveling. So for me, I wanted to find a cologne that was truly travel size and wasn't going to take up a lot of room in my toiletry case. Cologne, much like body wash, can give you a scent that can change your whole mood. There are times that I use cologne and just the scent of it can give me a little added boost of confidence before going into a meeting, can put a smile on my face if I'm not having the best day, or really just make me feel like I'm at home. The cologne I've really enjoyed recently is actually from a brand that doesn't primarily make cologne. I've been using Louis Vuitton's Les Immensité hope I'm saying that right, Cologne for men. I specifically got the travel size version, which comes with 4 7.5 milliliter cartridges and an atomizer that is really nice and premium feeling. Now, this cologne is on the more expensive side, but not as expensive as some other super high-end brands. But the trade-off here is that you get a truly travel-sized bottle with a scent that is absolutely unbeatable in my opinion. Now, cologne scents are something that are going to be very subjective and different for every person, but this scent has notes of fresh ginger and grapefruit and gets tons of compliments from people around me. It's something that I enjoy and would strongly recommend investing in a good scent that you use when traveling. Okay, now pivoting to something slightly different, but absolutely essential is a good toothbrush. I have been using the Phillips One rechargeable toothbrush. This is an electric toothbrush that comes with some really cool features. It has micro vibrations that do a great job at cleaning teeth and has a pulse after 30 seconds so you can easily switch between different sections of your mouth. Then after 2 minutes, it has an automatic off feature. This toothbrush is on the slimmer side of toothbrushes, making it really good for being able to pack and not take up a bunch of room. It also charges via USB-C, but is supposed to last over 30 days. In the event that it does need charging, I can use my anchor cables to charge this thing back up to full life. I like the fact that the brush itself can be changed out, and I recommend changing it out every couple of months. Having an electric toothbrush is a nice luxury that I decided to splurge on, and I have never regretted it. Okay, one thing that I will say real quick is that everything in my toiletry case that I'm going over in today's video actually stays in here full time. What that means is I don't take things from my home supply and put them in here when I'm getting ready to travel. I've actually bought everything that we're talking about in the video, and it stays in here year round. This helps me to be really intentional about the products that I'm bringing in here and making sure that everything inside of here is adding to my trip and not taking away. For anyone that knows me, knows one thing about me, that I love well-kept shoes. One of my biggest pet peeves is when guys have dirty shoes. I know this probably sounds extra, but I don't typically leave the house without first cleaning my shoes. While I always clean my shoes before I leave on a trip, life happens. You end up scuffing your shoes, someone steps on your shoes, or they just generally get dirty. That's why one of the things that always comes with me is my Rejuvenator shoe cleaning brush. I'll lather up some water with dish soap and give my shoes a spot cleaning while on trips. In the same way that cologne scents can make you feel good, I'm a firm believer that a clean, new-looking pair of shoes can help to give you confidence throughout the day. Now, for those of you guys that have really dirty shoes, if you clean your shoes daily or even once a week, this really only takes like 2 to 3 minutes. Clean shoes not only can make you feel more confident, but it can signal to other people that you care about appearance and little details. Depending on the culture or the place you're visiting, how you're dressed can make all the difference. When choosing a cleaning product for your shoes, you could get away with even something like a magic eraser, but definitely do your research into the type of shoes you have, the materials they're made of, and the best way to clean them. Okay, so now we're gonna go quickly through kind of the last things that are in my toiletry kit. So one of the first things that goes without saying, I always travel with deodorant. This isn't anything fancy. I've cycled through a bunch of different brands and gone from all natural deodorants to ones with tons of chemicals, spray, stick, gel, and kind of everything in between. And honestly, what I usually end up getting is just something that's quick and convenient, like at my local market or grocery store that I'm shopping at. Another thing that I do not leave the house without is lotion. I travel to a lot of different areas around the world and in my country, and oftentimes these different areas have vastly different climates. And so lotion keeps my skin hydrated regardless of the climate that I'm in, and definitely is a must. When sometimes lotion isn't enough, I actually travel with this Aquaphor Advanced Therapy Healing Ointment. This thing is an absolute lifesaver. You really only need a tiny drop of it on your skin to heal some areas that are just super, super dry and in need of something a little bit extra. In addition to that, I carry a razor. This is just a basic one that I picked up from Gillette. I have a whole pack of replacement heads for the razor that I'll change out every so often. And then, of course, something that I do not leave the house without is Q-tips. So this is just a refillable case that I picked up from Amazon like over 2 years ago, and I just fill it from the larger stock that I have at my house. So guys, regardless of the stage of life you're in, just make sure that when you're packing a toiletry case, that you're packing it with products that you're intentional about, things that bring you joy and just ultimately make your life better. Hey, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you have liked the content, please give it a thumbs up. That helps us out more than you know on this channel. If you have enjoyed the video, also consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to be releasing content like this over the next 12 months, every single week. So please tune into the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Till we meet again. Peace.